Howdy, Ed Ovett speaking on the 12th day of November 2015. Up until this time, my original pioneering podcast entitled Ed's Mixed Bag wound up being archived at Podomatic.com. During its run, they lived first on Libsyn.com and then migrated over to Podshow, which later changed its name to Mevio. Mevio soon went to video only and blocked access to any audio shows on their site, which is when I archived about a dozen or so episodes to Podomatic.com. They are, as of this posting, located at the bottom of the page at edsmixedbag.podomatic.com. At the top of the page are links to my second show, Mr. Ed's 2-song spotlight presentation. Some of those links are copy-paste and some are hyperlinks, and all lead to the home page of shoutomatic.com/ed-ovett without any W's. The Ed's Mixed Bag podcast ran weekly for 273 episodes from October 2005 through May 15th, 2012. On the last 273rd episode, I had no idea it would be the last, but the idea of stopping had crossed my mind several times. The audio and show notes had evolved quite a bit, as well as learning about ad campaigns via Mevio. The learning curve was steep and compensation extremely low. I think the largest check was in the amount of $7. I used to joke, hey, someone left off the zeros. The work for me was worth at least $70, or due to the quality of my personal endorsements, $700 would not have been out of line. So the ad campaigns quickly faded, as did the entire podcast, which incidentally I was producing weekly for 4 years straight, never missing a week, and even 1 week with 7 staple stitches in my head after an accident at work. The accident came on a Friday, and after a visit to the ER, went home and recorded that week's show. Anyway, as of today, there has never been a YouTube posting of an entire episode's audio of Ed's Mixed Bag, so I decided to post not one, but 2 of them today. The very first episode and also the last one. Here is episode number 1.
Wait, scratch that one.
Mr. Conscience, the phenomenal voice of the people, Mr. Truth himself, the star of our show.
Let us not get lost in the byways of mystical thinking. True transcendental meditation teaches us that love is available to all of us. I have now found myself. I am beautiful. Who needs woman?
Are you ready for this?
Hi there. My name is Ed Ovett. I'm the host of Ed's Mixed Bag, or EMB for short. We're glad you could download us and find us on the Libsyn directory, and you took a chance to hear us, and we got a lot of good stuff, but first, we like to hear...
Tell the FCC to stick it, kick it, the revolution's on.
And we got PodSafe music, some mystery sound contest, and a bunch of promos. So don't you dare go away.
Well, here I am again, and I want to tell the world.
You're listening to Ed's Mixed Bag, combining music, comedy, contests, and listener participation all in one podcast. A big thank you goes out to everyone for subscribing, downloading, and for actually listening to EMB, Ed's Mixed Bag. And what a great way to kick off our first podcast with Libsyn.com. And this is October 1st, 2005. You may be hearing it at a later date, but that's when we're doing it. The people upstairs now. This little thing, you probably never heard this group before. This is called Pitiful Hypocrite. Enjoy.
Well, why do people change their mind even when they feel stronger than ever? We regress too fast, the weaker kind. If one knows is better. Stop and think about what you said, cause it turns into what you said. I don't know if I'll change my way, but my evil thoughts will turn them dead. Only once will I proclaim the story of change will stand the shame. Eat my words is what I do, and now I'm eating shit because of you. We all know one, if not ourselves, for somebody who takes it off the shelf. Story never seen a quit, but when you're dealing with a pitiful hypocrite. Hypocrite.
Pitiful Hypocrite, the people upstairs. If you like that group, just email me. We'll tell you how to get some of their music. You can email me. As I said, my name is Ed Ovett. So email me at edovett, that's spelled O-V like victory, E-T-T, gmail.com. Speaking of Gmail, if you'd like to have a Gmail account while you're emailing me, just request one. I got plenty of them. And speaking of hypocrite, let's take a listen.
The terrorists have heard about me, and now they complain to Allah over me. And I will crush this insurgency with a motherfucking D-R-A-F-T. The terrorists have heard about me, and now they complain to Allah over me. And I will crush this insurgency with a motherfucking D-R-A-F-T.
Now Saddam, he in the jail and he know that we done it. I'm re-elected, beat the liberal, that's what Jesus wanted. Despite the deficit and the big old corporate scandals, I had my team of thugs, there ain't nothing we can handle. I got the name, I got the look, they got me re-elected. I thank my boys for all the corporate money they collected. Yeah, the corporate world was dirty, so we gave you Martha. Then I turned our focus on Saddam just like my father. We had to go and stop the nuclear proliferation. Oops, don't got them nukes. How about a sovereign nation? I know they want their freedom, so I'm gonna bring them fastest. And if I torture terrorists, yo, that don't mean I'm fascist. Don't mind those soldiers over there pulling double tours. Still in Afghanistan, yeah, we fighting double wars. Look, bitch, the second term of my presidency could begin with a motherfucking D-R-A-F-T. The terrorists have heard about me, and now they complain to Allah over me.
Sorry about those references.
And I will crush this insurgency with a motherfucking DRAFT. The terrorists have heard about me, and now they complain to Allah over me. And I will crush this insurgency with a motherfucking DRAFT. This insurgency is really getting to me. We will train Iraqis for their military, but if they fail to be enough to keep the PC, we gon' fill their country with a DRAFT. Check out this Iraqi, he happy to see me. Did I mention they free? And you all can thank me. You might disagree, not wanna fight for me, but here's her M16 for the DRAFT. Yo, we can threaten Syria and we can beat them too. If you're 18 to 25, we might be calling you Iran and North Korea if you want a dirty war. We got a whole new crop of soldiers up to 34, and there's no way a cowboy like myself will be withdrawing. So listen to me while I tell them all to bring it on, and don't be trying to get out of this shit. I'm your chief, your leader, your president, bitch. The terrorists have heard about me, and now they complain to Allah over me. And I will crush this insurgency with a motherfucking DRAFT. The terrorists have heard about me, and now they complain to Allah over me. And I will crush this insurgency with a motherfucking DRAFT. Yeah, I might sound dumb, but if you're dumb too, you probably won't notice.
Okay, you're listening to Ed's Mixed Bag Podcast, otherwise known as EMB, and I'm Ed Ovett, your host. You can find us at www.emb.libsyn.com. I'm not too familiar with how this is going to work, but our show notes and everything related to the program and the actual MP3 download, direct download, should be listed there. Okay, with that said, I also want to say that the people upstairs also have a website. Just go to thepeopleupstairs.com and you can check them out. All right, now, here's one that really will involve your imagination. Take a listen.
Right now, we're inside a computer program.
Is it really so hard to believe? Your clothes are different, the plugs in your arms and head are gone. Your hair has changed. Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self.
My computer, You ever have that feeling where you're not sure if you're awake or still dreaming? This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Is that wild? I can't believe that thing. Anyway, that brings us to a fella from the Netherlands whose name is TC, and he's been good to us over the past few months, and he has a little thing that he puts together. He's very talented. He has a podcast called Space Music, so let's hear from him.
Live from Rotterdam, the Netherlands, this is Electronic Entertainment, bringing you the best of space music. Ambient, dance, sound seeing and chill out atmospheres. Check it out at www.spacemusic.nl.
All right, this is Brett Dennen. Podsafe music here on Ed's Mixed Bag. Just Like the Moon. Enjoy it, and then we have our mystery sound contest.
I believe that you were born during an eclipse, and the stars named you Moon Child. Then you come, you rise into my sky. You stepped in front of my sun, and it makes the whole world dark. And you light up the night, just like the moon, just like the moon. You light up the night. And sometimes I only get a sliver of you, but I'm hoping for a full moon tonight. Laid back and I'm restless in the daytime, and I'm chased by these shadows, or they're taunting me. And then you come with nighttime's woolly blanket, and you wrap me like a child who's been in the rain too long. And you light up the night, just like the moon, just like the moon. You light up the night. And sometimes I only get a sliver of you, but I'm hoping for a full moon tonight. Chase the moon, you know I've tried, and each time I tried, each time I failed, and each time I get so down on myself, and I can't stand the space of a snail while the rest of the world hails all tonight. You know I know that I can probably never be the same. 'Cause you light up the night, just like the moon, just like the moon. You light up the night. And sometimes I only get a sliver of you, but I'm hoping for a full moon tonight. I can feel your love light shining bright, falling down on me like autumn leaves. In the night, I can see you shining bright. Tell me, how am I supposed to fall asleep? In the night, I can feel your love light shining bright, falling down on me like autumn leaves. In the night, I can see you shining bright. Tell me, how am I supposed to fall asleep?
All right, Brett Dennen, Dennen. And I apologize, when I found his material, I forgot to write down where I found it. It's on one of those sites, so you could probably Google it. The song is called Just Like the Moon. Brett is the first name, Denon is the last name. And we're going to have another song by Brett Denon, back-to-back Brett Denon, as soon as we get around to this Mystery Sound Contest. Today's cut that we're going to play is rather lengthy, and we don't mind giving you a big excerpt so you can put your thinking caps on and think. So right now, are you ready for this?
And now, it's time for this week's Mystery Sound.
All over, FTS, put your hands over your head or we'll open fire. Hit it.
I'm the king of the rumba beat. When I play the maracas, I go chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom. Yes, sir, I'm Cuban Pete. I'm the craze of my native street. When I run to dance, everything goes chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom. The senoritas, they sing and they swing with their romero. It's very nice. So full of fine. And when they're dancing, they bring a happy ring that I can't. Take a lesson from Cuban Pete, and that teaches to chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom.
He's a really modest guy, although he's the hottest guy in Havana.
See, senorita, I know that you would like a chicky, boom, chick. It's very nice, so full of spice. I place my hand on your hip, and if you will just give me your hand, then we shall try.
Ovett, shut up and help me down, all right?
And that gives you the chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom.
Start dancing, I'll blow your brain down.
Give me that thing! Wow! See ya! There he is! Let's get a snap out of it! Come on, this dance is over! Let's go! Follow me, officer! He's down the alley! Follow me! Come on! Grab your gun!
Okay, so if you think you know from what movie that's from, that's my hint today. That's actually from a movie. We'll come up with a prize. We'll find something laying around here that will give us a prize. Okay, so that takes care of that. Mail your answers to ed.ovett@gmail.com. And as promised, we have 2 Brett Denon songs. You're listening to EMB, Ed's Mixed Bag. Thank you for downloading and for listening to us. So now we're going to hear Desert Sunrise. Mr. Brett Denon here on EMB. Brand new podcast for your listening ears and enjoyment.
A desert sunrise, you warm my soul, painting me in shades of clay, covering me whole and I'm a lizard, sunbathing in your radiance. Oh, I come out of hiding, so sweet you are. If I could only have a taste, wrap my lips around your flavor, just because you are you, just because you are so beautiful. And I've been waiting all this life in the company of one. And I know I am young, but I don't wanna be alone. If you could only just consider the two of us. And I know, darling, I could be so good to you. And I'm coasting on your rays. When I awoke, you spoke through the mist of a mystic bliss, casting shadows on all my dismal yesterdays. Do you remember that you told me, darling, that I was so real? I'll tell you all, my tears for you are real, and we'll cross that bridge again someday. I know we will, I hope we will. A desert sunset, a lullaby. If I could give it all to you, if you'd only let me try, sing so sweetly, it's my only wish. Music drips from your lips like sweet sips of a summer's kiss. Summer raindrops are precious, tongues twist. And I've been waiting all this life in the company of one. And I know I am young, but I don't wanna be alone. If you could only just consider the two of us. I know, darling, I could be so good to you. I see you rising on the horizon, bringing light into the day. And I'm coasting on your rays. I awoke and you spoke through the mist of a mystic bliss, casting shadows on all my dismal yesterdays. Do you remember that you told me, darling, that I was so real? I'll tell you all, my tears for you are real, and we'll cross that bridge again someday. I know we will, I hope we will. Desert moon rising to the night. Before we lay our heads, I wish to walk under the splendorous starlight. Sing so sweetly, 'tis the sweetest sound. And I become weak in the knees, and I drop down and kiss the ground. And all my cares lie far below. In this earth I wish to die, in this heart my fire grows.
Very nice, right? Brett Dennen. The song is called Desert Sunrise, and you're listening to Ed's Mixed Bag with our web host, Libsyn.com, and you can find us at the www.emb.libsyn.com. I want to talk a little bit about the Lake Ida Church of Christ. Down through the years, so much talent has arisen, not in a commercial sense, but just arisen out of the congregation. We have the True Believers, and they have a website. I believe it's the TrueBelieversAcappella.com. There's a great picture of them there, and the site's under construction. Hopefully at some future date they're going to have more content. Anyway, there's another young lady there that came over to my house one day, and I knew that she was able to sing. She sang in many groups and also did solos. I watched her grow up as a child, and she got better and better and better. And those of you listening that are from the church will know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Monisha Trotta. I have a little thing here that she did for me, and I added a little echo to it, so it sounds like she's right in the church building, and she picked the song, God Has Smiled on Me. So let's hear that, and then right after that, I have another Bush parody for you. So stick around. Here's Monisha Trotta.
God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He has been good to me. God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He has been good to me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good. He's been good. He's been good to me.
24 hours a day, thinking, only too conscious that nothing exciting ever happens. Wearing any uniform and t-shirt, mortal-minded morality from the middle-aged may help to create spare personalities. 24 hours a year, absolutely useful. Jobbing outside what's normally in, fit a master mask on, social blending. Clustered in a house, kept it formal. The specimens on stage appear more colorful. 24 hours a second, desperate trying to find alternate notes to keep my personal underworld afloat. They're seeping through my ceiling. I'll soon be a concept being. A gush of sliding ruins take me out, like taking the final aspirin. 24 hours a day, thinking. 24 hours a year, 24 hours a second.
And, of course, that's called 24 Hours. I found that also in GarageBand by an artist named Flat Ed. So if you want to check out his stuff. Just Google him or something. And before that, you heard Monisha Trotta singing God Has Smiled on Me. And now for a brand spanking new participation forum here on the Ed's Mixed Bag podcast, something I like to call Pet Peeves. Simply email me your pet peeves. Limit 4 per month. Kind of space them out a bit, say 2 per email, twice a month. And maybe you'll hear yours read on the next Ed's Mixed Bag podcast. Send it directly to ed.ovett@gmail.com. And thanks so much for participating. Okay, well, that's something we started a few weeks ago before we published the podcast, when the family was just listening, and I haven't gotten a single response to it. So send us your pet peeves. There's no prize involved, but we will read your pet peeves on the podcast. Okay? Here's another little parody about our friend up there in the White House, George Bush. This has the Jed Clampett flavor to it, so I hope you like it.
Come listen to a story about a boy named Bush. His IQ was 0 and his head was up his tush. He drank like a fish while he drove all about, but that didn't matter because his daddy bailed him out. DWI, that is. Criminal record cover-up. Well, first thing you know, little Georgie goes to Yale. He can't spell his name, but they never let him fail. He spends all his time hanging out with student folk, and that's when he learns how to snort a line of coke. Blow, that is. White gold, nose candy. The next thing you know, there's a war in Vietnam. Kinfolk say, George, stay home with your mom. Let the common people get maimed and scarred. We'll buy you a spot in the Texas Air Guard. Cushy, that is. Country clubs. Nose candy. 20 years later, George gets a little bored. He trays in the booze, says Jesus is the Lord. He says, now the White House is the place I want to be. So he calls his daddy's friends and they call the GOP. Gun owners, that is. Falwell, Jesse Helms. Come November 7th, the election ran late. Kinfolk said, Jeb, give the boy a state. And don't let them black folks get to the polls. So they put up barricades so they couldn't punch the holes. Chance, that is. Duval County, Miami-Dade. Before the votes were counted, the Supreme stepped in. They told all the voters, hey, we want our George to win. Stop counting votes was their solemn invocation, and that's how George finally got his coronation. Rigged, that is. Illegitimate. No moral authority. You come back later now.
Oh, and by the way, MP3 tracks, if you're just a band under the Creative Commons license, or you're just a garage band, send me your MP3s. Send them to through yousendit.com is the best way. But my email address for that would be ed.ovett@gmail.com, and maybe we'll get them on the podcast for you. So here's our countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It's climbing up into the sky. You'll be able to hear the roar now very shortly as it reaches us here at the press hatch. Here it comes.
The last one on the earth is a rotten egg.
And you've been listening to Ed's Mixed Bag. You can find us at www.emb.libsyn.com, and thanks for listening today.
The revolution's on a podcast. The revolution's on.